Hi everyone, and welcome to this chapter of the free full stack course. In this chapter, we're going to install Rust on macOS. This process is very simple. So the installation of Rust on Windows, Linux, and macOS couldn't be easier. But still, since we've had installation processes and instructions for all the other tool chains in this course throughout from the beginning, I think it's actually passing to have also Rust installation included, so that we don't jump over any of the required steps before we get into the full stack development of our services. So let's get started with this. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, I'm actually going to do some screen reshuffling in here. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's a URL that you can visit in order to install Rust on your favorite operating system, in this case, Mac OS. And this website actually includes instructions necessary for installing Rust. And as you can see, it couldn't be easier. It's really just one line of text that you have to copy and paste into your shell. So what we are going to do in here is just to take this command that is included right here. So I'm going to increase the size on the screen as well. So we're going to take this line from here and go to our terminal. Let's see if I can find terminal and just paste it right there. Something isn't working really. I'm just going to copy it again. Just something saying copy in here and then go and paste it right there. So, and it's asking me if it needs to continue with the installation default. I'm just going to say 1 in here. And then it's going to download all the required components and perhaps even compile some of the components necessary. But we don't really have to worry so much about this. Rust installation is so straightforward in all operating systems that I've installed Rust on before. So we're just going to let it do its thing. And once it's done, we can then continue with the video. I can see actually I didn't have to wait so long for this. As I said that, it has already installed Rust on my computer without a problem. So let's see what it says here. It says Rust is installed now. To get started, you may need to restart your current shell. This would reload your path environment variable to include cargo's bin directory. And then it says to configure your current shell, run this. So that's really not necessary. Then what I'm going to do in here, just going to close this shell, open a new one. Let's bring it in here. Increase the size a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is just to say which Rust. So if we then move to the next step in the captions at the bottom of the screen as well, you can just confirm your installation of Rust by just typing which Rust if you want to. And I can see in here it says actually Rust not found, because it's not really Rust, it's rustc, which is the compiler. So I'm going to do which rustc, and I can see it's in van.cargo bin rustc. And if I say which cargo, it should also find it. Now, as we'll get into Rust almost at the end of this free full stack course, you'll see that rustc is the compiler for Rust, and cargo is going to take care of pretty much everything else, including dependency management for us. So as long as you have access to rustc and cargo, then you can be sure that you've installed Rust successfully on macOS. So that was really it. There's not much more to installing Rust, to be honest. We're going to use Rust almost at the end of this course, but for now, it's sufficient that Rust is available so that we can also install, for instance, the Rust Analyzer extension on Visual Studio Code in one of the later chapters. But for now, that was really it, and I hope to see you in the next chapter.